Welcome to ETFinalscore.com, your source for all the highlight stats and stories and scores from around East Texas high school football, with your host, Eric Sullivan.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 2014 debut of the high school football season here on the ETFinalscore.com football show. The next 3.5 months, we will be here and be your home for everything East Texas high school football. To be a part of the show, please join us. Tweet us at etfinalscore.com or tweet at us at Eric Sully, CBS19. 903-216-7290 is how you can text us. Jeff Schaefer will be with us live from Jacksonville, and the Pine Tree game coming up in just a moment. Also, the Tyler Sports Riders will join in as well. We start with the big one, though, down at the Abe and Lufkin. The Panthers hosting Longview for the 75th time. The series all tied up going into tonight. Let's get to the highlights from the Abe. I tell you, the Pack motivated to have a much better 2014 season. But here come your very highly ranked Longview Lobos. And Desmond Chumley, what a cannon he has. Hits his big tight end, Emmanuel Gordon. What's the deal? Longview always has a great tight end. Then Tylen Miller gets into the end zone. Longview strikes first. They are on the board. Trey Cumby. You got to have guys like this on your team. He is one tough dude. Big runs, not afraid to take a hit. And then he's going to find his running back, Blake Johnson, for the touchdown. And we are all tied up. Chumley comes back, though. He fakes out everybody, goes to the right here. Big-time run for a big-time high school football player. And then nothing doing for Longview. They had a turnover, and Lufkin takes over from there. You score off turnovers, you usually win. Steven Sewell, the senior, the leader, he scores. And this is a shock, folks. All Lufkin, 44-14 is your final. Congrats to the Pack. Over at Rose Stadium tonight, the 2014 version of the John Tyler Lions was on display against Plano High. Coach Holmes pretty fired up in this one.
But it starts tonight.
Let's go! All right, here we go. Let's get to the highlights. And not a very smooth or well-executed game. Bad snap to Gio McAllister, and he gets a hit put on him by Colton Passeri there. Nothing doing for the JT Cujo Lions there, but how about Nick Kane? Corner blitz, he gets the sack. JT's defense did step up big time tonight. McAllister this time to Jeremy Wilson, but Jeremy gets lit up, and the ball comes loose. DeJuan Howard gets it. He would not score, though. The JT defense would hold up once again. We were scoreless at the half. Third quarter, Bryson Gibson takes over the ball game. Gets the pick six. His head coach, Rickland Holmes, a former corner, loves it. Takes it all the way back for the score. And the John Tyler Lions are victorious, 30-12. Like I mentioned, it was not a pretty game for the JT Lions, but a win is a win. Now, with more on the JT, we haven't got Travis Yosting just yet with us, but we will try to get him on the show before the evening is over to tell us about that win. That one just wrapped up between JT and Plano. All right, a lot of storylines in this one tonight. JT at Pine Tree at Jacksonville. Jacksonville, of course, has one of the top quarterbacks in all of East Texas, Carter McCowan. And here comes the Pine Tree Pirates with the new head coach, David Collins from Lake Travis. Early on, 7-0 already. Mason Hayes, what a pass to Jonathan Giddings, just short of the end zone, but that's all right. Mason, rocket arm, goes right back to Giddings, and that is a touchdown for Mr. Jonathan Giddings. We are tied up at 7. Second quarter, it's 21-13. Carter McCowan. We know his arm's outstanding. Look at the wheels from CM. Big run right there. This time, he hands it off to Tavian Thacker. He would go in for the score. They got the two-point conversion. They lead 29-13. This time, McCowan a little dump off to Braylon Parrish. Braylon says, give me the ball and get out of my way. Up the sidelines. What a run for this 75-yard touchdown. Jacksonville starting to push away in this one. It's 36-19 at this point. Thacker, another big-time run. Hey, Chapel Hill 0-10 last year. Jacksonville 0-10 last year, but they get it done. Now we can show that score real quick, Jack. Indians 62-37. That is your final score. With more on the Fighting Indians opening week win, we go back down to the Tomato Bowl. That is where our Jeff Schaefer joins us now with a report on the winning team there, the Jacksonville Indians.
Well, Eric, a lot of excitement here at the Tomato Bowl tonight as the Jacksonville Indians start off the season right with a 62-37 win over the Pine Tree Pirates. I'm joined now by Tribe quarterback Carter McCown. And Carter, just first of all, give me your gut reaction. What's it like to start this season off with a win, especially after going 0-10 last year?
Oh, it's nice, and to put up 62 points, that's the most points we've put up in a long, long time. And the fact that we did it against a pretty good team, we ran the ball well. We had 6 rushing touchdowns. I mean, I'll do that every day.
How much does that help you as a quarterback when you're able to run the ball like that? I know that's what Coach Tabor wants to be able to do.
It helps a lot. I think in the first half I completed 4 passes. So, and one went for 70 to the house. So get it to the running backs, let them go to work.
All right, thank you so much, Carter. I appreciate it. Congrats on the win. Now, I'm going to step over here to one of the men who scored a few touchdowns tonight for the Tribe, Datavian Thacker. Datavian, just talk to me a little bit about what were you feeling on offense tonight? What did you guys have going that worked so well against Pine Tree?
Man, I don't know. Like, we've been wanting this game for a long time. We wanted this W. So Coach told us out there, go get it, and so we did. We went to go get it.
You know, we talked in the preseason about a different attitude this season. Was that on display tonight, do you think?
But most definitely, yeah. It was a different attitude. We was out there, we wanted the game, so we got what we wanted.
All right, Stavian, thank you so much, and congrats on the win. So, Eric, again, big way for the Tribe to start off the season with the win over Pine Tree. Back to you in Tyler.
All right, Jeff, great job there. What a start for the Indians, getting the big victory there over Pine Tree tonight. Now, we talked about JT getting that 30-12 victory. We do now have Travis Yosting. I think we caught him right in the middle of doing some interviews. Travis joining us from the Trinity Mother Francis Road Stadium. Travis, I was there for the first half of this game between John Tyler and Plano. It was not a pretty football game, but they really got it going in the second half, didn't they?
Yeah, and it was the defense that sparked them. Bryson Gibson, he had a 50-yard interception return for the game's first score, and then he kind of finished things off with a 20-yard fumble return. And after that interception return, the JT offense finally got going. They scored on 3 straight drives to kind of take control.
What did you're going to have some sloppy moments, Travis, whenever you're in week 1 of the season, but this is a team of JT Lions that's been there, done that. Maybe a little bit of nerves, or was it just a muggy, hot, slippery night out there because they had trouble getting the snaps off at one point?
Yeah, and I mean they started the game with a false start, which was kind of a sign of things to come. They had 7 penalties overall, 2 fumbles that they lost. But really the story for JT is the way their defense stepped up. They held Plano to 1 yard total in the first half and 200 for the game. So the defense is much improved from last year.
Well, I know Coach Holmes wants to watch this film, Travis, and say, hey, guys, we can learn from this. I love the win, but we can learn from this because we got a big one next week.
That's right.
All right, Travis, thank you very much. We finally caught him there getting wrapped up with that JT victory tonight over Plano. All right, let's move on now. And I love this matchup. Kilgore at Nacogdoches tonight. The Bulldogs went to the state finals last year. The Dragons, meanwhile, best turnaround in East Texas back in 23. Was it a fluke? Or could Coach Reyes and the Dragons keep it going? Here is Jacorius Smith. Nice job of running over Nacogdoches there for the score. That's what Kilgore does. They run the football, folks. Kalen Williams, another weapon, along with Kevin Justice. These guys can run on you all day long. Big gain right there. Then quarterback Xavier Goana. Keep your eye on him, and then keep your eye on the coach's son, Jared Wood. Coach's son's never dropped passes. Way to go, Jared. Touchdown right in front of the CBS 19 cameras. Way to go. Maybe the wildest play in a long time. Max Hunter McClellan passes the ball to himself. It got tipped. He gets it back and gets a first down. How about that? Play of the night nominee for sure. And then when Hunter tries to run it in here, Mason Shelton forces the fumble and gets it. And Kilgore, let's check out the final in this one, leading in the 4th quarter. Scotty Jack marked that one down. We'll come back and then show and recap that one for you. 27-25, Nacogdoches leading. Let's get to Lindale next. Chapel Hill in town, and I love this East Texas matchup. Both of these teams, they want to win this one. A lot of bragging rights on the line. Connor Hitchcock gives it to Mr. Jabraylon Franklin, and Jabraylon, 15 yards on the ground. Well, he just looks smooth running that football right there, doesn't he? Then Cam Neely comes right back. No score there for the Bulldogs to Aaron Jackson. And Aaron on the screen, they set it up perfectly. Look at those big Eagles out in front to block for Aaron. Big time play, and that would not get them a touchdown, though. They have to settle for a Jordan Lawless 22-yard field goal right down the middle, 3-0. Eagles with the lead. Cam Neely now goes back to Aaron Jackson, but he gets hit by the Lennox Garrett. What a shot there by Big G. Another field goal for Lindo. Great job by John Lawless. That makes it 6-0. And let's get to the final in this one. A big victory for the Lindale Eagles tonight, holding off a very good Chapel Hill team. Final score in this one, 21-17. Let's go back out to Eagle Stadium there. Chris Perry doing double duty this weekend. Chris, of course, will have the Robert E. Lee Fossil Ridge game tomorrow at Rose Stadium. Chris, you got to drop down to a little 5A football, and you got to like what Lindale did tonight. Man, they needed this, didn't they?
They did exactly what you know. You remember how old school football, how you could just control the clock, control the ball, don't let the other team have it. That's exactly what Lindale did. I mean, they had the ball for 16 minutes in the second half. Chapel Hill got the long touchdown pass to DeAndre Phillips, but besides that, it was just Aaron Jackson and just running the ball hard, and they just ground Chapel Hill down in the fourth quarter and got 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, and that was the difference in the game.
Big win for Lindale, no doubt. I love Coach Metter. He's one of my favorites. But on the Chapel Hill side here, Chris, they didn't get the win tonight, but a good gauge on where they need to be at for week number 2 for Coach Sitton, right?
Yeah, Coach Sitton talked to me afterward and said that he's happy that this game doesn't count towards district because that's what they want, and it doesn't affect where they want to ultimately go. The coaches were sitting there telling some of their players, we're not as good as we thought we were, so let's go get to work and let's get ready for next week so we can start moving forward. All
right, Chris Perry, Robert E. Lee tomorrow night. We'll be watching you on Twitter. Great job as always. Take care, my man.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, let's get to some scoreboards for you. White House on the road tonight to Texas High. Here it is, fourth quarter. What a game, though. White House had the lead 31-28. Texas High has just scored. Mark that one down. We'll update you before the show's over. Other scores from the night. Henderson-Athens, good old East Texas showdown right there. Henderson up by 9 in the fourth. Bullard losing to Groesbeck in the fourth, 41-14. Sulphur Springs losing 21-33. And then Paris all over Mount Pleasant tonight, 49-6. Now, a reason why a lot of these games are just now in the fourth quarter. That rain kept things backed up a little bit for a lot of kickoff times. Break time right now. Show it off there, guys. We're getting fancy tonight. Going into the big board. Check all the scores on etfinalscore.com. There's a big board. Look at it. We'll be right back with more highlights. Welcome back, everybody. Last year, Carthage, your Class 3A state champs, are now Class 4A on the road to Class 5A Hallsville tonight. Bobcat Stadium, Coach Punk Company, always great fans there in the purple for the Bobcats. Trying to pull off an upset, and look at this when we get there. Big lead for the Bobcats of Hallsville. They're going to try and add to it. Look at them dragging their running back into the end zone. That is teamwork right there. Way to go, Bobcats. And we have a stunner, folks. Final score in this one, it is a rout, 52-20, 52-20, Hallsville over the defending champs. Luckily, Clay Allo, who covers Carthage on a regular basis, is with us. Clay, what's up, man? Clay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Carthage lost a lot. We know that. They lost a great quarterback in Blake Bogenschutz, but this is kind of surprising.
A little bit. I honestly didn't know exactly what to expect. Things were rusty. Carthage had lots of drop passes. Defense had lots of holes at time, and it was just one of those games where they couldn't quite put it together, and Hallsville took advantage of it.
Give Hallsville some credit here, Clay. Who looked good for them?
Lots of guys across the board. They ended up with about nearly 500 yards of total offense. Threw for about 150. Had 2 guys who rushed for over 100 yards. They were able to put their offensive plan together, and that read option really gave Carthage some issues. There was one touchdown drive. I think they ran a read option probably about 8 or 10 times in a row, and it was either left, right, or in the middle.
Hey, Clay.
Carthage couldn't find a way to stop it, and Hallsville put up some points.
Clay, Carthage has one of the best coaches in our area, Coach Surratt. He'll figure something out from this.
Oh, he will. He told his players, they've won 4 state titles in the last 6 years, and in 2 of those state title wins, they lost the first or second game.
All right, Clay. He knows his team has a long way to go, and they've certainly got plenty of time to get better. All right, Clay. Good stuff there, and congrats to Hallsville there. Huge win for the Bobcats there. All right, Marshall, let's get the score up for them. They were at Roy City tonight. Pretty good bounce back here for the Mavericks, and look at that. Nice start to the season. 54-21. Way to go, Marshall. All right, let's check out Pittsburgh and Pleasant Grove tonight over in the Texarkana area. Early on in this one, we've got a big run by Frazier and Harrison. He picks it up, and we get the quick TD off the fumble ball. That's Harrison picking up and going the distance. 8-0. Coach Dickie Meeks and Pittsburgh get on the board. On the ensuing kickoff, here comes Pleasant Grove's number 22, Hunter Hatfield. He's going to catch it. Look at what kind of blocks he has, and he has a lane right there. Go, young man, go. Splits him up the middle, goes up the right side. Can he go all the way? Oh, good job by Pittsburgh to avoid the touchdown, but check out what happens again. Another fumble, and then Frazier and Harrison gets his second fumble recovery for a touchdown. Let's get to the final. You got to love plays like that. Pittsburgh, though, goes down. Pleasant Grove got it together. 26-25 is your final. Some scores for you. Gladewater, Dangerfield. Late start in this one because of the rain. We're at the half with Gladewater up by 1. Van over Palestine 38-7. That's a final. Westwood trying to get a win to start the year. I don't have that one. We do have Kings Academy. Congrats on their big win over Karnak, 61-18. Spring Hill, way to go Panthers, 19-18 over Winsboro. A couple more for you here real quick. New Boston falls to Atlanta. Wow, that's a big rivalry game, but Atlanta 41-7. And then Brownsboro, congrats to them. Coach Hooker Company 1-0 in the year. They win 36-12. All right, usually we see powerhouses Tatum and Newton meet in the playoffs way late, like regional finals. Winner goes to the Final Four. How about this? We got them on the opening night of the season. And Coach Andy Evans, congrats, my friend. Big win. Tatum, 39-7, making a statement right out of the gate. Down south on 69, let's go to Troop and Rusk. Rusk looking to have a good breakout season in 2014. Isaiah Francis. That is a rip the ball out of his hands and take it to the house play. Don't see that very often. Isaiah, nice job. Rusk Eagles on the board. All right, Colton Petrie. This is a big dude for the Troop Tigers, and that is a big hit on Jerry McIntyre. Now, Colton not done yet, getting the handoff from Kalen Eastman. Look at my man run the football without the helmet. He can hit, he can run, and he can also smell the end zone as he would find it right here for a score for the Troop Tigers. Oh, man, I love this guy. Look how strong he is. Final score, let's check it out. Russ, though, with the win, 42-18, your final score. Now, a big part of this football show is the interaction between fans and the viewers, and we've got a recruiter. We started recruiting Trevor Pill, who joins us now from the Tyler Paper headquarters. Trevor, we got to talk to you quite a bit tonight at the games. You're our social media guy, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. What did you see tonight on week 1 of the final score here?
Well, Eric, as you know, football kicked off yesterday. Tonight's the official night under them Friday night lights. And for Texas, I think it was a little too much to handle. As you can see from the photo tweeted to me by a fan at the Brownsboro game, it was a little too electric out on the football field, according to the Lightning meter. Lightning delayed many games around East Texas, including the Brownsboro-Crandall game, where they had to clear the stands. You had the Athens-Henderson game delayed by 30 minutes, and then also the players at the Mineola-Elijah Field game had to go back to the locker rooms. Aside from that, football still had to continue throughout the night. Another thing that blew up my news feed like crazy was Big Sandy. Big Sandy defeated Quitman 12-0, no big plays. There was nothing explosive from it. The team was held scoreless. But come to find out, with the win, Big Sandy eclipsed their win total with 1 from last year. Many players and fans were ecstatic to actually get that goose egg of monkey off their back.
All right, Trevor, good stuff, man. We've got so many highlights tonight with week 1. We're going to have you back every single Friday. And good stuff on that Lightning meter. We did get it on there. We'll see you next Friday, man, and welcome to East Texas football, my man.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to a break here real quick. Of course, the Twitter feed is where it is at. You can always go and get whatever you need on Twitter, at ET Final Score. There it is right there. Up and down we go. Good stuff at ET Final Score. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's get right back to the highlights. Last year, unbelievable for White Oak. They had a big-time run in the playoffs, but they got a new coach and a new starting front line on both sides. Taking on Redwater tonight. Let's get to the highlights over at Roughneck Stadium. Early on, Cordell Smith, your quarterback, he's going to get a pass off to Zach Rowe. Zach gets about 15 right here before stepping out of bounds. Almost able to tippy-toe through there. Then Cordell Smith hands off to Riley Lakin. He was a stud last year. And White Oak looking good right out of the gates. Let's get to the final in this one from Roughneck Stadium. They win it 35-13 is your final score. A Yellow Jacket affair tonight over in deep, deep East Texas. Latest score, like I said, weather an issue tonight, 3-0 Mineola. The Mineola Yellow Jackets trying to hold on to that one. They win 3-0. Wascom, what a year they had in 2013. Same expectations here in 2014. The Center Rough Riders in town, and early on, Trace Carter to Mike Reason. And Mike is very reasonable how he catches that ball. Right in front of the camera there. Good job, Mike. And then the sensation from Wascom is, of course, Junebug Johnson. I fell in love with watching this guy play football last year because he is so elusive. Junebug, look at him get out of trouble right there. My goodness, nobody could take him down. Center would come back here, though. Kyle Parks, big pass to Javante Ellington. Nice job right there. Let's get to the board in this one. Can Wascom start off on a good year? No! Center, way to go. 21-14, big win for them. Winona and Hawkins, not very far apart, these two. Let's get to the highlights of this one. Jason Haas hands off to Cadalen Tennyson. And Cadalen, nice 15-yard run and a stiff arm right there. Haas this time goes to his other back, Emery King. Emery goes to the left side. Hawkins working that running game. They've got speed up there. Got a couple text messages from some fans up there. Ron Buckley says they are fast. Jason Hasso is going to drop the ball, picks it up, and stops short, but he gets stopped short of getting the first down. Winona's quarterback D. Wheeler then picks it up. Hail Mary before halftime here. Watch the attempt by D. Wheeler, or gets it to Javante Wade right there. Then before half, this is our Hail Mary play. Jimmy Johnson did this all the time when he was with the Cowboys. What the heck? Let's go for a Hail Mary. D. Wheeler, Wade this time had it in his hands. Doesn't get it. 24-7 at the half. 44-14 your final. Congrats to the Hawkins Hawks there. Brook Hill Guard, let's get their score up here at home, and they win big over Edgewood. That's a big win for the Guard, Coach Brazier and company, 49-42. All Saints, real quick before we take our next break here, they were taking on the Timpson here, 7-0 Trojans. Chandler Berge sacked by Luke Lee. Way to go, LL. Gets the big sack, but Berge comes right back to James Marshall, right in the basket for a touchdown. Our cameraman Preston all over that one tonight, but more All-Saint defense and big sack by Grant Perkins gets it that time. Then Berge gets a little greedy here, throws it while in the end zone. That's intentional grounding, and there is a safety, so 9-7 is the score there. We had a touchdown pass for Patrick Pullum in there, so congrats to there. Real quick, some scores. We're going to do that. We're going to get a break in. We're going to do a couple scores here. Harleton tied with West Rusk. ARP losing bad to Paul Pewitt 52-12. And we're going to get our final break in here right quick. More scores. Play of the night next. Play of the night, Hunter McClellan from Knack. He throws it, tipped. He catches himself. That's a pass and a reception and a first down. That is our play of the night. Some score updates for you. How about White House tonight? Victorious over Texas High, 38-35. That big game, Kilgore and Nacogdoches. We get that one real quick. 27-25, Knack with the win. Also tonight, of course, congratulations to a big win for Lufkin and a big win for John Tyler. We'll replay this at 6:30 tomorrow. ETFinalscore.com for all your final scores.